Hello! Just to warn you, I'm marinating in self-tan, so if that's why I'm kind of giving chop crazy, that's why. Welcome to the quickest little video you've ever seen of me making my 2026 vision board. Yay! I wanted to just do a quick little intro, kind of tell you how I start things, and then show you what I did. So basically, I write everything down in my journal. I write down a bunch of different goals for the year. So I did 5 different categories this year: physical, spiritual, professional, academic, and fun. Then for the vision board, I kind of sprinkled in a few more little things, little random things. I have kind of 1 to 2 goals per topic, per category. After I have all my goals written down, I go into Canva. I just find a template that's the size of my MacBook screen, and as you will see, this template wasn't the correct sizing, but I fixed it. Then I go into Pinterest and type in all of my little goals or all of my little ideas, and then I just add aesthetic to the end. Because if you add aesthetic, you're bound to find a cute picture, right? So yeah, and then I just copy and paste the photo into Canva. Boom, there you go. I have the little Canva Pro with my schooling, so I can get rid of the background, but you don't need that if you don't have it. Yeah, okay. Hope you enjoy. Bye-bye. Okay, yo, it's Katie on the mic. All right, okay. Well, I started off on Canva looking at some of their vision board templates, but decided to just do my own. I saw a cute vision board with like these magazine style numbers, but I eventually decided that I just want to go a different way and not focus on this part that I would eventually do at the end. So I went to the beginning of my little notes that I had written down in my journal about lifestyle stuff. I've got some food, inspirational things, some gym photos, stuff like that. I spent a while kind of searching through pictures and whatnot. I even added a little picture of myself because what better than to use myself as inspiration, right? I colored the background even though you couldn't really see it ever, just in case there were any glimpses of it, so that it wasn't like stark white. I started adding some yoga photos as well. If you ever don't like how your photo looks, just flip it horizontally and then maybe it will fit better, because I did that a couple times and it looked better. So my only advice for creating a cute collage is to kind of stack photos not parallel to each other, if that makes sense. You kind of can see it in this video, but I just try not to line up the edges with one another so that it looks a little bit more collage-like and messy. One of my goals for this year was to start meditating more, so you'll see that I typed up meditation beach aesthetic. And that's kind of how I do all of my little goals and like finding the pictures that I want. I just kind of look up what my goal is and then aesthetic, which I said before, but you know. Here's just kind of a speed run of more photos that I'm adding. Yeah. It's also fun to mess around with what layer goes on top of which. I play around with that a lot. In Canva, the shortcut is like command and then one of the brackets. So that's another little tip. Mess around with which picture is layered on top of which. Okay, I'll catch up with you after I've added kind of every picture that I want to add. Okay, and here is the final base to the vision board. And then I started to look at stuff to go kind of layered on top. So I wanted something that said 2026, obviously. Then yeah, I just started looking up different things to kind of add on top. I used the keyword scrapbook for the 2026, and I played around with a couple different styles, but I eventually landed on what I wanted. Then I just looked up inspirational quotes and anything that I thought was cute. I just downloaded it and then deleted the background of so that I could layer it on top. You could probably crop most of these like pretty close instead of taking out the whole background. I also found these pictures that had like 20 different random quotes and little items like tickets or street signs that had quotes on them, and then I just like cropped it and removed the background, but I used the same like big picture and just like 4 different quotes from that one picture, if that makes sense. Then after I finished that, I just downloaded the Canva file, and then I downloaded it as a JPEG, and then I went on to my settings and I switched the wallpaper, and then I realized it was not the right proportions. Everything was cut off, so then I went back in and kind of made it smaller. Tried it again, and then it was too small, so then you could see the edges, so then I made it a little bit bigger, but then some of the background was still showing, so then I moved it around a little bit more, downloaded it, and then finally got the final version. So here it is, and that's how I did it. Hello, I'm in my bed again. But yeah, that was how I did it. I hope it made sense. I hope it helped you out a little bit. Let me know your New Year's resolution down below. And if you make a vision board, tag me on Instagram because I'd love to see it. Okay. Happy New Year. I'll see you guys later.